Okay, well, I know we're coming up on time, so I want to bring it around to we're talking about LinkedIn, but a lot of the principles and things that you're giving and the conversation that we're having is universal. It's not just about LinkedIn as far as a platform. It's the importance of understanding the connection that you're trying to establish with the audience. It's understanding how to be able to structure your business in a way that makes sense and allows you to be intentional and consistent. So if people don't do anything else, but they just, out of all the things that we've covered, what's one thing that you would tell someone to do to be able to get started? So then this way they can start taking action and then they can start putting themselves along the path where if you ask them, is this something that you can commit to for 12 months? They can confidently actually say yes. So like, what's one thing someone should do to be able to get started?
Well, I would say is take advantage of the 100 invite credits per week that you're given on LinkedIn,
Mm,
because if you don't connect with the right people, you're not going to have the right people viewing your profile.
true.
You're not going to have the right people engaging in your content. So people say, well, no one's engaging in my content. Well, it's one of two reasons why. Your content stinks, or the people that you have in your network are not a good fit for that content. So
Yeah.
before you start producing any content, if someone could just focus on connecting with ideal clients from a profession or industry standpoint, or business allies from an industry or professional title standpoint, that's going to set you up for success. Because when you do start producing content that is geared towards those people that you've been connecting with, you're going to see engagement off the bat. And that's where the relationship marketing side of things starts to take place.
Got it. Love it. What I'll do is I'll explain it for the earlier stage businesses that will hear it, but may or may not understand it. You want to find people that are your ideal customers, but you also want to find people that are either on adjacent, like parallel paths of what you're doing. The thing that normally people do when they first start is they think they have to be all things to all people. Find someone where your expertise starts and stops. If you know that it starts and stops at one point, find the person that comes up in the next part of that process. The better you understand the process, the better you can start connecting with people. Because when people reach out and they do these connections, they'll send something, and a lot of people are reaching out because they feel like it's a good sale. But what you could be doing, and one of the best ways to be able to actually build out an actual network, is to say, listen, this is where I start and stop. I feel like in the workflow, this is where you would pick up, bring in a certain amount of value. And then once I get people to a certain stage, and it's a smooth transition for them to go over to you. Or it can be, listen, I come after what you do. I may know some people that when I do my lead generation, I get them and they're not ready for me. So I may be able to bring those people over to you. You help them, and then you can bring them back over to me. And then this way, everyone eats. And this is where you start to build up your value network where people actually start to see the value in what you're doing. It's not just about being able to get the audience to be able to do it. The small businesses and entrepreneurs, a lot of the business that we get comes through referrals. So understand who you want to be able to work with, network with. And if you can do that, that is going to be one of those things that Scott's explaining. If you start there, then everything else that you do after that allows you to be able to get the people that, even if you post something, those people know what you're doing and they will either repost it or they'll share it or they'll leave a comment. It leaves it on the feed longer. It just makes it so that more people get to see it and more people are co-signing on what you do because they understand that you actually put some thought into it. So knowing that we're coming up on time, I'm going to bring it back around to the promise and say by the end of this episode, you said you'll know exactly when to throw out your old playbook and how to adapt without losing yourself, whether it's work, relationships, building something meaningful. This conversation with Scott will help you thrive when the rules keep changing. So we've covered the evolution of LinkedIn. We've covered if you're doing something and you realize it's not necessarily working, but you have to be able to take a step back and actually evaluate it and then make sure that what you're doing isn't just about you and your ego. It's about the people that you want to be able to help. And then it's also looking at the other people that can help you by showing up and bringing value. So my father used to say, if you're not helping, you're taking up space and you're probably in the way of someone that can actually help.
Mm.
So if you're not bringing value, step to the side, pay attention to what's going on, look at what someone's doing, and then figure out how to be able to create your own version of it. And then step back into that conversation, into that room. But don't be the person that's just in the feed, posting just to be posting because you're blocking other people that can actually help. And then you're also making it so that people have less of a reason to want to pay attention to anything that you're saying. Because if they see 5 posts and only, one of them or half of one is relevant, then after a certain point, they're going to start to tune you out.